Madden NFL 21 has one of the lowest user scores on Metacritic.
Why do we care?
So, no one.
Video game podcast.
No one apparently
You know what's
cares
crazy?
now.
When they had,
no
when they
one.
had the what was it on the PS5 or whatever the reveal when they showed like the different games.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious.
And then they showed Madden. I'm like,
It's like some cinematic
they showed
nonsense.
some cinematic
like,
thing,
yeah.
and I thought automatically, I'm like, this
No,
is
stop.
gonna be the same thing every
Well,
year. It's the same thing every year.
Usually Madden does well. It's never been like,
It sells.
it's not Madden from like the early days where that was like the pinnacle of football games. Now it's the only thing for football games because they've had the license for so long that this is why.
It's gonna sell well because by default.
Well, this is why they shouldn't have exclusivity on the license for any sports titles because they get complacent. They're like, we don't have to do anything.
Nope.
People buy us regardless. And this is the first time that they said, oh, this is we really messed up and didn't do anything. They kept glitches. This is exactly what happened to WWE.
Yep.
2K.
Yeah.
Exactly what happened. They got
Yeah.
too comfortable. They said, oh, we don't even want to program anything or fix it or anything. We'll just bring it back out and leave it be. So the PC version has a user score as of this article, which was where was it from? From PCGamer.com. So this article, the score for the PC version is 1.2
Out of what? Out of 10?
out of 10.
Oh, sweet.
Out of 10. And
Nice.
Wow,
and
really?
the PS4 had a score of 0.4
Yeah,
from the users.
that's more fair.
But 0.4
The people have spoken.
out of 10. They had enough of Madden.
Oh,
Like
my
they
God.
might as well not even
Furious.
have released it.
Good.
Not
good.
even released
I'm
it.
glad that
You could have released a picture or the logo, and it would have a higher rating than 0.4.
I haven't played a football game since NFL 2K on Dreamcast.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a minute.
Haven't
Game Day.
cared to.
Game Day was good, but they can't make a Game Day now. But
So-
the game before that had the record was Warcraft 3 Reforged. So that had a 0.5. But that was because, they just hated it. But Madden?
It took
I just saw
pardon,
it.
pardon the pun. Pardon the pun. But I think EA just dropped the ball. on this.
Yes, they fumbled the hell out of it.
That is fumbled.
Yeah, I mean, the big fiasco with the FIFA and the loot boxes and all the surprise mechanics. If that bleeds over into, of course, I'm not an American football fan, but if they're trying to be money hungry and grubby on that thing, that's not going to be any good for them either. So
I think a game about
I think they lost the essence of what is a sports
Absolutely.
game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's all about money. They
I
don't
think-
care.
I think a game about opening a loot box would have gotten a higher score.
Yeah.
It would have been more fun.
Definitely.
What do I get? What do I get
God.
I
here?
don't know what it is.
More than 0.4.
a slot machine.
Was the
games.
gameplay that bad, or is just a revolt
I
because
just think
it's-
people are just so angry.
No, that's the-
about how
They
much more they
re-release,
can do.
they re-release
No,
the
it's-
same shit
It's the problem of a
Slightly
yearly
better graphics.
It's the problem of a yearly release.
and glitches.
Well, this
Well,
is
it's
the
the
thing.
problem of a yearly release because you have a time limit. You have to release this game at a certain time. You got a studio rushing to get this game out. All right, there's glitches. We got a month left. Oh shoot,
This
fuck
the-
it, bring it out.
This is the thing.
So what
I'm
happens.
curious. I'm curious as to how different the next generation games are going to be because whenever they're working on the next generation, they seem to either just not update the current generation and just leave it be, and that's probably why this is getting the backlash it is. The next generation version needs to be completely different and completely better. And maybe they put all their resources to that. That's all I can think of why they just
don't
Well,
said
the thing
know,
is, the
man.
thing is with sports games, also, I'll throw wrestling in there also. Something dramatically has to change with the yearly releases, like you were just mentioning, because rosters change, right? Rosters
Yeah.
change all the time.
people just
And
want an update.
They want update, and you kind of have to like figure out what gameplay mechanic that everyone
It needs to work, though.
works,
Foundation.
and then you have to update that every year, like kind of like a season pass or something,
yeah.
because you can't just do a new game
But
every
they're
year.
greedy. They're greedy.
Yeah, that's the thing. That when you mix in greed with quality, it's like the quality is going to suffer.
They don't mix.
Yeah, it doesn't mix.
don't mix.
Like back in the day when you have like Super Nintendo, you have your Royal Rumble game or whatever. Everyone's just trying to figure out how these wrestling games play. What do you like? What do you like? No Mercy? Do you like SmackDown or whatever? But like, there's so many wrestlers and entrances and play mechanics that you have to do. You can't do it every year. You cannot do it. Same thing with sports. People are traded. every single year, baseball, football, basketball, different, the step back 3-pointer, there's moves that are, like the games are changing. So you kind of have to update the sports games rather than release a new one because it's not working. People are getting ripped off.
The only way they'll listen is if they don't buy. So I want to know if this review score has anything to do with how much it's going to sell this year.
I hope so.
That's the only way it'll change.
I hope
that's because if people get like, oh, new Madden's out, I'll buy it.
Well,
I hate this Madden.
Some people who play Call of Duty and Madden only buy Call of Duty and Madden. It doesn't matter what it is. It's this year's.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care. They play it. They play it the same way they play the other ones. And if it plays like that one, they're fine with it.
But the thing is, if there's glitches, kind of like how the wrestling wrestling game, that's a good sign.
I'm looking forward to the memes.
Yeah, exactly. When the glitches happen, that's when you have to like the current company that's doing the 2K. Is it still 2K or is it Ukes?
They didn't say.
2K.
Well, Ukes was doing it.
And they jumped
2K
out.
was publishing
Yeah.
it.
So now they're taking a year off, and they said we are doing everything over.
They shouldn't make one for this system anymore.
No.
Move
Move it on to new
Move
systems.
it.
Yeah, and they're asking everyone who liked SmackDown and everyone who liked No Mercy, because those are the funnest games that everyone liked.
The best.
That's what you have to do. What was the funnest games of that? Okay, let's stick to that. That's what everyone likes. All right, Lana, let's build on that and make everybody happy.
There'll be nothing like it.
Yeah, and what they need to do, I completely agree with you. Just release a season pass.
You have to.
You have WWE 2K,
Update
and
the
here's the
roster.
2022 pass.
$39.99, whatever the
pass.
hell it is.
Yeah.
Right.
You got costumes, entrances,
Who's going to be disappointed
modes,
about that?
slight changes.
And
They'd
they'll
rather-
update, and they can update the wrestlers. They can update their ratings and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
They'd rather bring it out for $60 for 2 weeks and then drop it like
Exactly.
Drop it
And
to
rob us
$30.
blind, pretty much.
And get the backlash.
Or even better, just a patch. Release a patch.
A patch would be lovely. That would be great. But they're like, but we can't make money from a patch.
No.
I think their main problem, say with wrestling, I think their main problem is having those characters still be available when they're not working for that company.
They gotta remove
They
That's
it.
the
have to
only-
find. They
that's the
have to
only
be a
problem.
policy where they can.
They have to yank them.
Yank them,
So they
yeah.
have to bring out
There
a new
has to
game
be,
that has
yeah.
total different rosters.
There'll be a patch that has to
that has
remove
to bring them.
Yeah.
Who wants to do that? Though? Especially
if
if
you
it's
have
your
a-
favorite character.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
It's a lot of complicated things that go into
Yeah.
it.
But for football, no, just bring out the patch.
Not unless the guy killed a woman, then you remove him from the game.
That's easy. They can patch that.
Yeah, you can patch that. you know?
Patch him out.
And it gets rid of them.
It
Yep.
should be easier for basketball and football than it is with wrestling's a little complicated.
Right.
Wrestling is
Kill your person,
complicated.
we kill your sprite. You're out of the game. That's it. That's all you need. That's a good rule.
Yeah.
It's a good rule.
You get drunk and you punch a woman, you're out of the game.
We make a cinematic of you getting punched by a woman, and then you're out of the game.
And then you're out.
I mean, technically, a game takes about between 2 to 4 years to develop, and even then, it's not even perfect. So I think they should still keep the engine, and the next update, next year will be just a better patched version of the game they've been working on that was not released correctly. I think that's how they should do it. But if they're not, just re-releasing, just change the logo and say it's a new game.
That's exactly what they're doing.
and that was the thing that happened with FIFA 2020, I guess. There was actually FIFA 2019. Yep. All they did was just a roster update, and they still charged $60 and a season pass
That's
for it.
crazy.
So,
That's crazy.
like, yeah.
That's insane.
And people bought it.
I remember the last Madden they did for Super Nintendo. They just made everyone black. Everyone, just every character in there was just black. I was like, "That's
John
the update.
Elway.
That's the update."
That was the update.
Troy
Just
Aikman.
Hard black. And I was like, "Wait, everyone?"
Everyone's black. How's everyone black?
Everyone
Well, I guess that makes sense since Troy Aikman does look like Jay-Z.
He doesn't.
Oh my.
Terrible.
All right.